Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and today we're talking about something we've already touched on, which is the new federal law essentially banning forced arbitration agreements for sexual harassment claims. And specifically, the big takeaway here is if you're being forced into arbitration of a sexual harassment claim, that is probably not going to be legal. Now, you can still choose to arbitrate. There's certainly reasons why you would choose to arbitrate your claims, right? There's a variety of different reasons. We can get into that. I think I made another video as to why you might choose to arbitrate. And generally, I do view arbitration as a solid option for certain people. But I've always felt it shouldn't be something you're forced into. If you want your right to a jury, you should have it, right? And so that's something the federal government kind of did. I mean, they did it really just for sexual harassment claims. But and when I say sexual harassment claims, that of course includes sexual assault claims. I'm not leaving sexual assault out. I just don't. I just can't imagine. I know it happened. I know it has happened. I know it's wrongfully happened. I've seen it happen. But it's so gross that people with sexual assault claims were being forced into mandatory arbitration and losing their chance for their day in court with a jury and everything else. It was just so insane to me. So frustrating. So the first thing here is, if your question is, hey, can I still go to arbitration if I want to? Well, yes. If you, as the person who was targeted for sexual harassment or targeted for sexual assault, if you want arbitration, you can still go that route, and it's very likely the employer would be thrilled to agree with you, which should give you pause. Why is the employer so happy? But it's still, there can be reasons why you might want to. Now, there's a bunch of arbitration provisions out there in the world. They've been very in vogue for half a decade now. And you might say, well, I have arbitration provisions for all my potential claims. Does this law invalidate all of them? Probably not. Probably not. Probably it's only gonna, if you have a claim for sexual harassment or a claim for sexual assault, you're gonna be protected from those being forced in arbitration. But other employment claims might still end up being forced into arbitration. Although there's other options too. There's a lot of case law of various ways you can escape arbitration. It's always kind of a tactical fight. But this law specifically is unlikely to give you what you need to avoid arbitration. If you're dealing with a claim your employer even committed even something as close as gender discrimination to the world of sexual harassment, that even may still be something that, depending on where you are, can be forced into arbitration, right? Wage claims, there's potential there. Union animus, there's a lot of things, right? And you can make an argument, well, there's agencies you can file those cases in, there's ways that you can fight, you can get around. Yes, 100%, there's options. I'm not saying if you have forced arbitration for some claim like that it's absolutely going to stick. What I am saying is this particular statute, this particular federal law, is unlikely to be the life raft you need to keep yourself out of arbitration with a claim that does not revolve around either sexual harassment or sexual assault in the workplace. There's a bunch of scenarios. There's actually a really great article by the Attorney at Law magazine I'm going to share down below. I hope this is valuable to someone. I hope this informs someone, because it's a big change and it's an important change. And I know some of the people who've been fighting for this and pushing for this, and wow, I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed they did it. They did it. They made positive change in the world, and wow. Wow. I hope this is helpful to someone. If it is, like and subscribe. Helps me to help more people just like you. I will check the comments down below. If you want to write a hypothetical scenario, I'm happy to try to do that for you, just for conversational purposes, not for legal advice, obviously, depending on where you are. And yeah, here to help. So I'll check the comments down below. Take care.